Been a while since I did this. It's hard to do this every single week for multiple shows. I mean, like I could have did one for the karaoke SmackDown one. Oh my god, I could have did it for last week when Ali returned out of nowhere for absolutely no reason. And then like I guess like so many weeks in a row I get beaten down so much. I mean like currently since I started doing the whole Raw, SmackDown, Impact, booking graded thing. A lot of wrestling has come up since then. A few months before that, it was dry, but now it's so much. I mean, like, basically everything's starting up there. GCW, Stardom, NJPW, a whole bunch of other ones you never heard of. They've started as well. It's very difficult to put some time into this one, even right now as I speak. But I gotta take time out of my day from, playing games, seeing my girl. Oh shit, fucking notes or whatever. Do I care? No, I don't. Okay, so to do this kind of shit. DDT starting up there, TJPW starting, a lot of shit, man. So it used to be barren, now there's a lot of stuff. But I gotta take some time out of my schedule to let you guys know my current displeasure for the current Raw product and what's been going on, what I've been noticing throughout things. Week after week, day after day, I've been paying attention to the news. I know about Kairi Sane leaving. I know about the extremely low Raw ratings. I know about Impact's big rating win for the Summerversary show. That's good. So I'm still in the loop. I know about the wacky fucking SummerSlam plans, which I won't comment on because when it comes to being creative and being good, there's a difference between being creative, thinking you're gonna do something good, and then executing it well is completely different. The swamp match between Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt was cool in theory. We've seen great looking swamp type atmospheres in other shows, other productions. But WWE, once again, shit the bed. So, I'm still in the loop and I still know a lot of things. But then I gotta talk about what happened last night with Raw when it came to the booking majority of their people. A majority of the stuff. Now, people want to say that they want to keep watching no matter what. I was spending about 90 minutes of my life skipping through the bullshit, no commercials, no fluff, no BS matches, that kind of stuff there. And then some asshole online spoils the ending for Sasha versus Asuka when 99% of the chance they don't do it on that board, but for some reason it was allowed at that time. They have a thread posted so people can put the displeasure in one post instead of like making a whole title for the whole thing. So some asshole spoiled it. No spoiler tag. So I will spoil on the ending, which is a blessing and a curse. Because I got to skip right to the ending to see how bad it was. Because normally I would want to like build up to like a really good ending of a match. But for this one, and knowing WWE, I'm betting that person was absolutely right on how bad the ending was. I didn't read at that point what they did to make it bad. All I knew was that in their rants that something bad happened and they screwed Asuka over. That's all I knew. I didn't know how, but Asuka got screwed over. That's all I knew. So I skipped to the end, and I couldn't believe what I saw. I couldn't believe how fucking inept the booking team is, not once, but twice. And I'm going to even talk about the whole Nia Jax versus Shayna Baszler bullshit as well. At the horror show at ER, they gave you a shitty ending because they wanted to protect Asuka and they wanted to protect Sasha Banks. They did the exact same thing here. For some reason, those idiots in Titan Towers For some reason, they think a 1-2-3 or a tap out is the end of the world for a character. They can't have a decent, clean win. When I saw that Sasha and her second and Asuka and her second came down to the ring, I was like, some shenanigans should be going down here. And it was so obvious. When the stipulation of the match was, if anything happens, the title change. There was no reason for that stipulation in the first place, but it was. It's not like it was, completely out of hand or whatever, and it needs to be done this way. If you wanted to fucking have a clean match between Asuka and Sasha Banks, all you had to do was ban Bayley and Kyrie from ringside, and DQs are out the picture. That's all you have to do. But you had to book yourself into a corner where you say that it can change at any type of way, and then you have to book it where it ends in a bullshit way because you made the match bullshit with the rules. And you have Bayley beat up Kyrie in the back when Kyrie beat her up cleanly the week before. Kyrie beat Bayley clean the week before, and now all of a sudden she can't defend herself. And all of a sudden there's a camera on Bayley beating up Kyrie in the middle of the match. As if Bayley said to the camera guy, film this. But of course they didn't show that part there. It just randomly happened. All of a sudden, all this bullshit happens. And the kicker was, Sasha was clearly down and out, ready to tap out. And then the writers, aka writers and bookers, because whatever they say is written, whatever is booked is visual. They booked / written Kyrie to yell out Asuka. I cringed so hard when they had Kyrie yell out Asuka, as if this was meant to get sympathy in some way, shape, or form. It was so horrible. I couldn't believe what I fucking heard. I couldn't believe it. They made Kyrie look so fucking weak, and they made Asuka look so fucking stupid again. Remember a few years ago when Asuka was basically undefeated and she lost because she couldn't get over that James Ellsworth was on the ring apron? She was in a trance, just staring at him. So they made Asuka look weak. All she had to do was put on the Asuka lock real quick, and then squeeze a little harder than usual, and then the belt would have been hers. But nope, she couldn't do that one. She had to fall into a trance and try to go save her best friend, and in the end, she didn't. So everything looked horrible in that ending. Holy shit. You would think this company has no money. You would think this company has no money with the way this shit was booked. It has no money, it has no brains. You would think it's like the worst of the worst. Then we go to Ali and the MVP Lounge. Good Lord. Ali comes back the week beforehand, out of nowhere. 6 months of doing nothing. Didn't explain where he was or anything like that. Just came back as a random extra person for Cedric and Ricochet. And was in the MVP Lounge, and MVP was threatening him to join or else. And Ali, being the good babyface that he is, he says that I'm not going to join you. I'm going to do my own thing. Yeah, same old shit. So he, of course, in the end, gets beaten up by the big bad bully, Bobby Lashley, and it means nothing. So he makes his big win last week in a tag match, and gets crushed this week. I'll see you in the main event the following week, Ali. Jesus Christ. So they had Buddy Murphy crush the eye sockets of one Aleister Black, which is a cool visual, by the way. And I liked how Seth said, "Are you in this for real? Are you in this for real?" And goaded them into doing that one. That was cool. But this is not a blood and guts company. This is a family company. You can't be having people eyes getting popped out on TV on a regular basis like they're doing now. But I can almost see that you do shit like this to like get interest. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Raise your hand if you thought this match was not going to happen. I'm raising my hand. Shayna just came back. Nia Jax just came back. They're both dominant monsters. They're not going to have them have a match. This is WWE here. It's not going to happen. And they did nothing. I'm not going to comment on the rest of the show. I just can't believe how inept this company is.